boys and girls. We're going to do a little math storytelling. So I'd like you to get out your whiteboard, and if you have those crayons that work well on the whiteboard, you can use those if you'd like. I don't have a set of those, so I'm just going to be using a regular marker. The colored ones might be easier, but we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little math story, and I want you to draw it as we go. All right? So these stories are all going to happen in a nest. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make the bottom of my board look like a nest. And as you can see, it's not perfect, but you know what? That's how birds build their nests. They're kind of like a crescent shape, and they're made with lots of sticks and things. So there is my nest. Get your nest made, and then come back and turn on the video. Okay? So today I'm going to tell you a little story, and I want you to draw it in your nest. Now, the first one, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing, okay? And then after that, I will just tell the story. You will draw it, and you'll show me, okay? So let's say the first bird came along, and they laid 5 eggs. Don't draw it yet. You got to hear about it all. So wait. They laid 5 eggs. They laid 2 red eggs. Now I don't have a red marker, so I'm going to put the R in there. 2 red eggs. How many eggs were yellow? The clue was there are 5 altogether. So it's going to equal 5. 2 red plus what is going to equal that? I could do it like a number bond. I could put the 5, and over here would be 2. What number goes here? Sometimes on a paper you're going to see a box. They call it a mystery box. And you have to figure out what goes there. So 1, 2, yellow, 3, 4, 5. So 2 plus, I have 3 yellow eggs, equals 5. So what goes down in here? There were 2 red and 3 yellow. See how math works in storytelling? Go ahead and finish it, and you can pause the video when you're ready, turn it back on, and I'll show you what's next. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase my equation, and I'm going to keep my little nest, because those little birds aren't quite done yet. Are you ready? This time in the nest, there are 6 eggs. 2 of them hatched. So again, there are 6 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of them hatched. I'm going to crack them and put a little birdie coming out. How many didn't hatch yet? Look at that. Can you do the equation? How many are all together? 6 equals 2 that hatched plus how many that didn't? 6 is a little messy. Here we go. What about the bond? When you're ready, turn it back on. I'll tell you what I figured out. Well, there are 6 altogether. 2 that hatched and 4 that did not. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Oh, Miss Red was so silly. I wrote the answer there for you, didn't I? That's okay. Let's do one more together. I'm going to erase this part. Remember, don't get frustrated. You can turn off the video and start it again anytime you want to. Okay, you ready? This time, there were 4 little birdies in the nest. 1, 2. You know what? I'm not going to show you. 4 birds in the nest. Go ahead and make that. Best you can. Okay? 4 birds were in the nest, and 2 were in the sky, and they were flying. I'm not sure how to make them look like they're flying, but this is what I'm going to do. How many birds altogether? 4 in the nest. 2 had already flown out. Ready? That's how I drew it. It doesn't have to be perfect. See how I have 4 in the nest, 2 flew out. How many are all together? Well, what's the equation? 4 plus, yep, those 2 that flew out equals, what is 4 plus 2? 4, 5, 6. 6. Can you do the bond for it too? That just shows me you're even smarter. Yeah, what would you put here? Has to do with this. So 4 in the nest and 2 that are flying. We're going to do a lot more with word problems, so no worries. But today what you're going to work on is page 38 and 39, and you're going to need a helper. You're going to need someone because there's lots of words, but it's working on word problems. It says, fill in the number bond and the number sentences. Well, you got to read this first. Look at that. It looks like a field. It says there are 6 corn stalks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6. Okay, great. 5 corn stalks are in the first row. There's the row. And 1 corn stalk in the second row. So 6 altogether equals, that's right, 1 and 5. 6 equals 1 plus 5. And then you'll fill it in here. Again, you're going to have an adult help you to read the equation. That's pretty important. Sometimes you can figure it out. You're going to do that page and this page. The page with, I guess those are geckos. And then they're going to have you do some drawing. So do your best. All week we're going to talk more about word problems because they're kind of important. Enjoy math today, boys and girls.